Vang simply makes an appeal. And his appeal is he names people in the crowd and says, your child, your child, your child. Do you remember what he was like when he came back? Do you remember what happened? Do you want this to happen? How long are we going to do this? Are we really safe? But his big interest, it's very personal though. He can't stop talking about his daughter. It's as if, and he isn't very good at speaking to the crowd. He is interested in his daughter, or at least it sounds like that's what his interest is, and that he's practically crazy with rage about it. And so he's not really making a political point, he's making a personal point. But he's not going to give up. He basically, says, we, that, yeah, he's not, he says, but you can kill me, but I'm never going to agree with you. And when the rest of I don't know how much longer the rest of you can keep this going, or why you would.
I want to go with Arco and Jala and the rest to kind of like, because I'm a bystander, kind of how the townspeople look at me, I guess. So I want to take my hat and throw it into
Sure.
with them, and saying, mothers, how long time do you want to sacrifice your children? This is actually two evils. You sacrifice your children to keep everyone else safe, but at the same time, it doesn't justify doing an evil. Isn't there a better way? Can we just talk about this? Do I need to have us roll for this?
Not really. I think that we're in pretty good shape right now with just maintaining everybody's situation.
Okay.
That's probably fair.
Sort would be interested in asking a question.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I've been thinking for a while, and I wonder if anyone knows, where are all the children that returned? You keep talking about them, right, that they returned.
They return, and then they direct. They give us, different people do use different words. They use a ritual phrase. They show us the way that we must go, and then, well, they return to the giant, but we never see them again. We only see the younger children later.
Wait, so they become young again?
No. So a young child is taken, say somebody who is 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
Eventually, some children they reappear, and they are the correct age now, years later. So they are young teenagers or so. And then they will show the village the way, whatever that means. And then they will return to the giant, and that is the last that anyone sees of those particular children.
Well, I don't remember.
Taken every year, you see. A few are taken every year, so every year there is another batch that gets returned.
Wait. Sort's gonna look around in the crowd. How many used to live in this town?
This has been going on for a century.
Yes, but how many lives here now? And how many used to live here? I'm a bit worried.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's not all the children each time. It's only a few.
Oh, yeah. So just looking at, you said there was like 50 people around in this gathering?
Right, but that's not everybody in the village. There are hundreds.
No, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was wondering if me or Urko or Jella would have any understanding from reading all of this and what they've seen from what the way is that the children come back. Well, yeah.
Well, that's a very interesting question. There is no mention of this in the texts that you have read. The texts were all about constructing this thing. They were not about anything that you are hearing about now.
Okay.
What you do know is that whatever it is that they are taking to, that they would be disconnected from the gods as you know them.
All the people are just the children.
Just the children that we are talking about.
Okay.
We met that giant
in
the mountains.
Yes.
As far as I remember, he was alone.
But he was heading somewhere.
Yes.
The people don't seem very surprised at what you are saying. Some of them kind of, respond as though you are not understanding something. And so at this point, Hin says, all right, we've been courteous. We've listened to you. It is clear that what has to be done for safety. She points at you, Skaba, and says, you may stay as you please. Pointing to Ikindu and Zort. The two of you are banished from this place. You will leave the gate, and we will not see you again. Looking at Jala and Urko, and says, you've chosen to share Vang's fate then. Everything you're saying is exactly what he wants. And you're just going to bring down the destruction of the giant upon all of us. Now he is tamed. Now he serves us.
Does he indeed? Aren't things getting worse for every year that goes?
He serves them.
He does not. How are things getting better?
Maybe they don't like children. I don't know.
I want to hear her answer.
I see. Okay. Hin simply says, we are not attacked by any pirates. The insect people cannot get to us.
Yeah, that looked like it out there when we came down the mountains.
Yes, and we are safe. Those people insisted on staying out of the walls. We could not help them.
You can't live within walls for the rest of your life. They are going to close in on you. Things are going to change if you change them.
She says, what are you trying to do? Take over the people here by fear? Are you some kind of fear?
Absolutely not.
Or some kind of you're trying to control the people here by terrifying them?
Oh no, I'm not. I want to help you.
Sure you
I
do.
want to assist you. You want these people united? You have to talk to them. We may have a solution. You may want to let us try it. What are you going to lose anyway?
at this point, I think that most of the people are now split in their opinion and are no longer going to support the person that they would ordinarily support out of habit. So you therefore are in a difficult kind of situation. You are very close to simply having a battle. The people are actually dragging Vang over to that bench. And and nobody is really grabbing Urko and Jala yet because they're a little bit nervous about this. But the whole situation is looking a little bit militant, a little bit tense. Violence, you can smell it. There are people who are ready to burst into violence about this. And you know that those guys with the scarred and tattooed faces, you know that they have powered up. Their spells are ready to go off right on their strike ranks.
I don't want these people to kill each other. I just want a chance for us to try to help.
Just Vang, a few friends, and these two outsiders. So what?
Yeah. Give us a chance. When that giant comes back, just give us a chance.
We need the
You don't have to fight each other. You don't have to kill each other. How can that be a solution?
All right. Well, in this case, let's take a look at some of your skills. First of all, I believe it's time for you to start an oratory skill. You can start it at your... the system I'm using for this is a little bit altered, but you could probably start it at your charisma times 3.
That would be 50 about? Rounding off?
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. So that's a nice thing to have. And then I also want you to let's see. Trying to think about what else we might do. It's pretty bad right now. I mean, the best we're going to be able to do is to try to delay things or to get Hin into a situation where she feels that she probably cannot.
That's what I'm aiming at.
Can I cast invisibility, or is it that chaotic that no one would notice?
It's not chaotic at all. This is the opposite of chaos.
Oh,
This is the shifting of position of some of the armed people. The fact that some of the women with Helma or with Skava are looking left and right and noting where their supporters are, who themselves are armed.
Okay, so it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah, you're looking right now at what looks like people are shifting their weight, right? Runes are magic is not glowing in the air yet, but you know it's ready.
So, do you want to explain to Ikunu something about Skava, maybe?
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
Oh.
She doesn't like anybody to talk down to her.
Oh.
Okay.
And she doesn't like anybody to come in her way.
Right.
That's not good.
Just, you may want to hold him back before he does something really dumb that gets everybody into trouble.
Right.
I'm gonna, call out to Skava and say, Skava, you don't think we might just have to accept
No.
this? I'm thinking I'm banished.
No.
He's banished. We should leave. Might want to leave too. After all, we know that there are better places outside this wall. Who want to stay here anyway?
Well,
I gotta speak enough, speak loud enough.
They're going to stay in one piece, but they will stay.
Yeah. I gotta speak loud enough, to discover that even though I'm directing this at her, that other people can still hear.
Okay.
It's staying here is not worth it. There are better places to go to. This is not something worth fighting over.
This is something worth fighting for.
Okay.
We're only gonna end
Sorry,
up with a
sorry.
bloodbath.
Mhm.
And honestly, I'd imagine anyone would have a better life just leaving.